I will happily answer this question. So it is, are most tarot readers psychic and use tarot to accompany downloads? Can you trust a reader who's not psychic? I'm so pleased you asked this because I'm a very successful advanced tarot reader and I don't download message from spirit. Does that make me less than for somebody who says they do download? Absolutely not. They're just different skills. When people receive messages from spirit and they use the tarot cards, I'm actually always looking out to see whether or not they're using the cards as a prop instead of accompanying it. Because I would say out of my students at the minute, I think there's only 3 or 4 that actually aren't mediums. People tend to come to me when they are very good at their skill, but they want to brush up their skills on tarot because there are a lot of people that appreciate that they need to be separate. So when you're going, Ace of Wands means that you're going to meet someone next Friday. It doesn't mean that. Spirit told me that Ace of Wands means you're going to meet someone next Friday. The only way the tarot cards could ever tell you whether or not you were going to meet someone next Friday is if you were to ask the question, what's the likely outcome of us meeting someone on Friday? Because there is nothing in that card that would ever say that. So even if a message is downloaded, I see when people are saying completely incorrect things about what a tarot card could mean, that it's a prop, not an accompaniment. But those who know how to use both skills will use it as an accompaniment. But what I would say is there are clair skills. A lot of people have them. I have my own. I really do resonate with sentience and cognizance, which is feeling and knowing. Highly empathic. But I don't factor that into my tarot readings because I'm not using spirit or my team to read for another person, because my team would be exhausted with the amount of readings that I do. What I do is deal with somebody else's. So it's deeply personal who they feel is around them or interacting with them. But I'm working with someone's energy, their higher self, their team, their guides, their angels, whatever it is. It's very, very personal. I don't go into that with them. All I'll say is, we're working with your team. You're going to choose the cards. I'm going to ask the questions. I'm going to use my extensive knowledge of the cards and then use my intuition to discern my answer. Do I sometimes say to my clients, I know what's going to come out here, or have I got a good idea? I know what card's going to come out, or why we keep seeing the same one come out. Absolutely. But I never let that influence me. I always go with what the cards say and how my intuition works. What's going on over here, if I'm feeling something, that's different. They have to be separate because they are both just as important and practices that need to be developed on. And again, people really do ferociously defend intuitive tarot. It is a thing, and intuition is a massive part of how I teach people and how you should read. But the fundamentals are that the cards have a structure. And it's unquestionable. Do a Google, you'll find that out. So when people are saying, I'm just using my intuition, if someone intuits something of a card that would never relate to that, or there's nothing in the root meaning of it, or there's nothing in the elements that would ever point to that way, then that's when I would be asking questions. So me personally, I would more likely want to use a reader who isn't necessarily using downloads if I didn't know them, because then I don't know whether or not what they're telling me is true or not. I have to trust. You go with testimonials, you go with people who know, you go with reputation, that type of thing. But some readers try and validate in their reading. So I'm seeing this, I'm getting this, so I feel like you're feeling like this at the moment. Great. Well, that's lovely. You tell me what I already know, or you tell me someone's around so you can prove that, you know your stuff, or you're proving your ability. However, in tarot, if you're asking a specific question, which is supposed to be question-led, there's no need to validate a person because they're coming to a reading to get answers about something, not to be told what they already know, if that makes sense. It's highly nuanced. It's just my humble opinion in some respects, but it is also how the practice is meant to be used. So please don't let that put you off. Please don't. There's a lot of misinformation when it comes to tarot. There is a lot of myths about tarot and people saying lots of different things, and it's really misguided. Google is your friend. You can find out everything you need to know about tarot and how the practices work. So please don't let that put you off. All right, I hope that answers the question. All right, anything else you want to know, drop it in the comments, and I'm sure people will have things to say in